Welcome back. Average daily turnover and average traded size has declined month on month in June on the NSE. To understand what's the reason behind that and what's the outlook for the broking industry for the rest of FY22, we are joined by Nitin Kamath, founder and CEO of Zerodha, India's largest retail broking, and Ajay Menon, the CEO of Broking and Distribution at Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Gentlemen, good morning. Of course, it dipped in June because the pace has been so scorching. I may say that. Nitin, first coming to you, what's been your observation and this increased margin? I think now we have 100% margin, right, in some products. Has that played any part in the trade sizes reducing a bit?
Yeah, thanks, Anuj. No, I think firstly the month of June was a low volatile month. So trading volumes are almost always directly proportional to the volatility in the markets. This has been a lower volatile month, so and hence the lower trading volumes. And yeah, like you said, the peak margin requirements are almost 100% today. So that extra leverage in the system is also reduced. So that also would have been contributing a little bit to the reduced trading turnover. But what we see is it's just a factor of volatility. So we are at quite low volatility as time periods as such.
Okay, Ajay, good morning. Same question to you. What's been your observation looking at the patterns and what's the outlook going forward?
I think really the volatility was low in the month of June, and I think somewhere the margins which increased in June from the earlier 50% has gone up to 75% now, has surely taken the liquidity to some extent out on the derivative side and the option side. We have seen that on the cash market, the volumes are still steady, and the mid-cap, small-cap rally is creating the volumes in the cash market comparatively compared to the derivatives market. But it is surely a liquidity-driven rally which we can see, and surely there will be some amount of fatigue with the month-on-month the way we have been growing, and the margining increasing on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So September will be at 100%. So we see that there will be some pressure on the liquidity side based on the 100% margins.
Okay, Nitin, I wanted to ask you about fresh client additions. I mean, has the pace remained what it was in the past 12 months? Has it slackened a bit? Have digital clients' pace picked up?
Right. No, month of June was the largest for a lot of online brokers, in terms of new customer addition. And it's, like I said, right, the first-time customers, most of them are first-timers, so their activity doesn't really contribute too much to trading turnover. Most people come and buy stocks and small amounts of it. The average ticket size is usually between 10 to 15,000 types. The total portfolio value itself. So these are a lot of first-time investors coming to the market, and that hasn't gone down as such. I think as long as we are near all-time highs, I think that interest in first-time investors wanting to get started, I think that will continue. There's still potentially a large market who haven't ever invested in India. Invested in the stock markets in India, who can come to the markets. Like when we look at our target market size, we believe that 7 to 8 crore Indians can potentially invest in the markets, and today maybe 3 to 4 crore Indians have a demat account. So potentially there's still an opportunity to double the market size. The existing market size. Now this is all based on how long the markets can continue to do what it is doing.
Nitin, hi, good morning. So you said that June was the largest month. You gave us the average ticket size, but in terms of client additions, what was the absolute number in June, and how does that compare to, say, an April and a May? And what does the trend over the next few months look like in terms of demat accounts?
We opened close to 400,000 accounts, I think 390,000 to be exact. And we've been opening in the range of 300 to 400,000 accounts. So I think we opened 350,000 accounts last month. But that's kind of been in that range, 300,000 plus from the month of January. And this month, yeah, like I said, we didn't expect, because we thought lower volatility would, market kind of not going up with the same ferocity as it was going before. will probably reduce the new account opening. But I mean, we were surprised, and I think this trend is not just with us. I think a lot of this digital first online brokers, I think we've all seen the month of June has probably been the largest for all of us.
Nitin, there's a lot of tie-ups happening, right? I mean, I think yesterday also there was, I think Kotak bought 10% stake. There's this whole small case, I'm hearing about ICICI Securities perhaps also planning something in this area. If you could explain to us, what's happening and how does that help both sides?
Right. Yeah, I mean, so we had started this initiative called Rain Matter, which is a fintech incubator in 2016. So, I mean, our objective when we had started was saying, as a broker, we are trying to solve for a better execution platform. But I think that is not enough for this country. I mean, this country needs these niche platforms that are built on top of the broking platform that can help people do better with their money, right? So, we started this whole thing called as broking as a service. So we gave these APIs that allows, fintech players who are not brokers to kind of build platforms on top of us. Now, Rain Matter, the incubator has done quite well. We have, I think, over 15 investments. 15 startups essentially who are building different aspects of the business. Because, if you really want the market to broaden in this country, I think it's important to kind of give these niche experiences. Just another buy-sell trading platform isn't enough. So Small Case was one of our first partners. Now, I think just not in broking, but even in banking, right? If you see a lot of neobanks are coming through, right? I think everyone today has understood that you can't just give that plain vanilla product and just build your business just based on marketing or just based on, having X number of people on the sales team. And so your product offering is really what will set you apart, right? And that realization has, I think, gotten a lot of incumbents to kind of get up and say, we need to partner with newer age startups, to build these niche experiences. And I think it's just getting started. I think we'll see a lot more of this happen.
Okay, just a final question, primarily because we've run out of time, but this discussion is so interesting. Ajay, I wanted to ask you, is this phenomenon of more retail participation and even, concepts like Small Case because of some disenchantment with mutual funds?
There can be some, to some extent, that can be one of the reasons, but we're also seeing a lot of interest in these kind of products. We have our own set of products on our platform, and people want to participate in this broking or trading business, and they don't know what to do. So these kind of products help them in channelizing the money in the right direction, where the volatility is less because the fund managers are there to manage the products in a much more professional way. So they get the liking of the broking product. At the same time, they have a control over their trading. So these kind of products, and what can make the ease to the customer will always keep building up, because as you see, the digital transactions are increasing in such way. We can see that there's a lot of business happening digitally at our end also, in spite of a big network of franchisees and branches which we carry even today. With the advisory and research-based network, we see the digital transactions increasing day by day as we look around. And with the kind of rallies which we are seeing now in the mid-cap, small cap, the research and advisory base is helping us in growing that business. Just for information, like this June month, although the volatility was low, the brokerages were all-time high in our cash markets.
Got that. Okay. Okay. Nitin, one last question. I know this has been asked to you many times. Since this is the season of IPOs, you are the most profitable unicorn, right? At some point, is there a temptation, let me be on the list of, India's richest and get something? List?
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, one of the reasons for Zerodha to have done so well is, the nimbleness we have as a business. And that nimbleness kind of comes with the organizational structure, the willingness to take risk, etc. And the belief here is that, we will potentially end up losing that nimbleness if you are a listed company and we are answerable to shareholders. Also, the other thing is, as a business, you IPO to raise money to build your business into other things. And we don't really have large ambitions in terms of doing many things. So I don't even know what.
No, I don't think you don't have large ambitions. The ambitions have been achieved. Maybe more like that. Ajay and Nitin, I'm sorry, out of time. Thank you very much. I think that last answer of Nitin is taped. A lot of PE guys come to him and he plays that, why I don't want an IPO. Well, out of time on Bazaar. Thank you very much for being with us.